How's it going, guys? It's me, the Otaku, here today to talk about the next episode of Netoge. You never thought there was a girl online, and I don't know why I keep bringing the Elucidator back. I just feel like it's, because it's about a video game and whatnot, I just bring this and yeah, let's just put the sword away before I hurt myself again. So, anyways, guys, episode 2 has come out. It's been quite some time, and I was just saying my first impression that, this anime was really funny, and, it has the whole romantic thing, so I was assuming that, in the end, there's going to be, like, a lot of romantic stuff, like romance in this storyline because of how Akko and Rusian are just a thing, and they're pretty quiet. So Akko is really cute and adorable. I just love when she goes all yandere mode, when she's talking about, like, real life and video games and stuff. It's really funny seeing these, like, 4 characters together, so one of the things that I'm going to address in this video is that it's so much easier to call them by their video game names. So I'm just going to refer to, like, everyone as Rusian, Akko, Master, and Swine, because who needs to know their real names? It's just too hard to do it, because besides, Akko always calls them by their in-game names, so it's more easier. So anyways, this episode continues off where they were all meeting together and introducing themselves, and I thought that was a really heartwarming thing, so that all of them sort of got to know each other and become friends in a sense, because in this episode we sort of learned, like, a little bit more about everyone, like the president, and how her family is, like, really rich and really strict and whatnot. They don't let her have a lot of friends. They did have her, though. Excuse me. They did let her have the PC, though, and let her play games, and that's how she was able to make friends with everyone else. And she doesn't have friends in real life, sort of, like Akko. So it's like, oh wow, this is really, really different. And of course, Swine, just like, she plays PC games on the off time in her whatever thing, but she doesn't want anyone to find out about that in real life. She wants to have a normal school life sort of thing, so keep it on the down low sort of thing, right? And of course, Rusian is just an otaku, so he's like, oh, I play games and watch anime. Done. So now, that was really it, and like, eventually, it came to a part in the anime when, like, the next day, basically, where they're all talking in school, Akko comes running, Swine, like, says good morning to Rusian, and he's like, oh, don't talk to me at school, tsundere mode activate, right? But then, she's a Tsun, and she does the opposite of whatever she really means. Then Akko comes in, and it's hecka funny when Akko comes in, because basically everyone else, well, basically Rusian and Swine don't want to be called by their video game names in real life, or want to be, like, associated with each other. It's like, oh, we play games together in, like after school, but, like, we're not friends or anything. Just, like, just, like, don't talk about what we do online and stuff in real life. She comes in and starts calling him Rusian. It's like, who's Rusian in our class? Like, I don't know a Rusian. It's like, do you know who he is? It's like, so she points over to him, and it's like, oh, well, there you are, Rusian, my husband, and then, like, we got married, or whatever. It's like, it's hella awkward, because Akko was just setting so much weird stuff in class, and then Swine came in because she was afraid that she would be pointed out by Akko, and then just like, oh, there you are, Shui-chan, or like, oh, your full name, Swine-chan, and it's like, oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And I was just like, Akko, what are you doing, Akko? So then it's like, they started taking her out. I was like, okay, Akko, what are you doing? Like, please don't call us, like, by our in-game names in real life, right? And then we learned some interesting details. So basically, what I'm getting at is that Akko cannot, she cannot depict the differences between the real life and in-game. Or she can't comprehend the difference, or, like, that they're the same thing, right? So then it's like, oh, this guy is Rusian, he's not whatever his real name is, like Subaru, whatever the frick his name is. And then this girl is not whatever her name is, she's Swine. And, we are, Rusian and I are husband and waifu in real life, even though it's not in the game, right? So I was like, oh man, this is so complicated, because, first she, like, says that she didn't have any friends, and now she's, like, sort of can't tell the difference between, she can't separate reality and then her in-game. I was like, oh my goodness. So then, she was afraid of that, because, like, she was afraid that they're only friends in-game and not in real life. I was like, oh, this is so sad. But then, of course, they are real friends in real life, and in the game, they're the same people, right? So then it comes to the point where they're talking to the president, like, okay, president, I need your help. Like, how could we help Akko distinguish the difference between, like, in-game and reality and whatnot? So then they come up with the idea to create the Neto Game Club, the Neto Game Club. I'm pretty sure Netoge, like the title, means net game in translation. So they create the Netoge Club, And basically, it's basically like all 4 of them in a room with PCs and they're playing the same game together. Basically, and it's like, oh, we're going to play together after school so that you can see that Rusian, or whatever the frick his name is in real life, is the same person or entirely different person. Yeah, so he has to be distinguish the difference in game and reality. And Subaru, I don't know why I keep calling Subaru. I think there's someone in this series or the season named Subaru. Rusian agrees with this plan. He's like, okay, I'm going to help you, Akko, sort of distinguish the differences between real life and in-game. And that's sort of where the story is going now, right? You have the whole team just like playing games after school and whatnot. So it's, I mean, I see where the like this is gonna go out close. So it's gonna keep like they're playing games every day. They're gonna go try to like talk to Akko, socialize with her, and you know, sort of like try and help her, convince her the difference is like, okay, you know, in-game stuff is not different from all reality stuff. But the reason because this is all happening because there must be something to Akko and her whole backstory, because for one, she didn't have any friends, and then for some reason, you know, she's like all like this, cannot distinguish between reality and games, and that's causing this whole thing. So there must be something in Akko, something to Akko that we don't know yet, or you know, some kind of story background thing going on. And most likely, more hopefully, I'm hoping that this, you know, this is where like the romance kicks in. It's like, oh, over the progression of this anime, you know, they're gonna try and help her out, and then overall, Rusian and Akko will fall in love. Bam, romance, done. That's my hypothesis, yes. So, I can't wait to see where this goes. I don't know, guys, this is entertaining. I find this series is really funny, or no, I find like everything in this season really funny, like Flying Witch. This episode is really funny because Akko is just like sort of awkward in a way, not like awkward like bad, but like she's just like, oh, hi in-game friends, I'm gonna call you by your in-game names and not by your real names. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious as hell. So, I mean, in the opening, you check out the opening, it seems like the main protagonist of this series is Akko because of how your backstory of no friends and how she's like getting help from these like her friends to sort of like, you know, transition herself from the difference of reality and in-game. So I think there's a real focus going on here with Akko. So I mean, Subaru is here for the real, why do I keep calling Subaru? Rusian is here for the romance and he's gonna help her out, and eventually these two are going to be a thing. Hopefully. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video if you did, and subscribe because next week episode 3 will come out, and I will be covering that to see how the progress of their romance will come to fruition. Yes. So then, if you guys have any questions, comments, or what you guys thought this episode was super funny as heck like I did, then leave a comment in the comment section below, or tell me at my Twitter at @TheDomeTaku, because your comments on how this anime season goes, like this series is really funny, and I find a lot of things this season really funny as well. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video on the Don't Taku anime channel. So take care, guys, and matane.